Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. This is Kamran Akhtar Siddiqui once again with the topic of writing direct letters. In this particular video, we are going to talk about the letter format, whether the letter is following the direct approach or the indirect approach. The letter format remains the same for our letters. So let's start. So these are the steps that we are going to discuss today. For example, the first one is sender's address, then how to write date, and then recipient's address, which is also called inside address. Then we'll talk about subject, salutation, body paragraphs in brief, and then complimentary close. So this is the general outline for a business letter that we are going to practice. Then there are few optional things that we'll be talking about, and what should be the formality if we extend to the second page for a letter, and how will be the spacing between the paragraphs and all these units. So let's start. The first thing is sender's address. Remember, there are three things which you have to be very careful about. First is that you have to write company address, name of the company, and then the location or the area in which the company is located, and then the city name. Okay, remember that the location of the company and the name of the city in which the company is located, we are going to separate this by using a comma. And both these things, name of the company and its location or the city name, are going to be written in title case, which is also written over here for your understanding. This is the thing that you have to be careful about, that the last unit of the address, whether it's a city name or a country name, it has to be in title case, uh, sorry, in capital letters. The second address example can be like this: Atlas Honda Limited, Rodi Bypass, Sakhar. Now, in this particular example, since Sakhar is the last unit of the address, it has to be in capital letters. And one more thing we need to be careful about is that we are not going to use any comma or full stop at the end of any unit of this address. What you see here, this dot, is basically used due to the shortened version of the word limited. If we move forward, you can see that these are other forms of writing an address, which you can pause the read and understand by pausing the video and reading it. One more thing which I would like to be very careful about is that if someone is writing a letter from his or her personal address and there is no company name, so then you can follow this sort of pattern. So for example, B432, like a specific address, third floor, Lucky Apartments, Park Avenue, Clifton, Karachi. And as we discussed earlier, since Pakistan is the last unit over here, so it has to be in the capital letters. The rest of them coming before this are going to be in title case. So in this form, when the writer is writing from his or her personal address, we do not mention any company name since there is no company. The the address of the writer of the letter is itself the first thing. Once we are done with the sender's address, we give one line space. Whether you are writing in Word document, whether you are writing a letter manually, you're supposed to give one line space. And then we write date, and the date is to be written for this particular letter in this manner: 04. So you are going to write the date in 2 digits, and then complete name of the month, complete spelling of the month, followed by a comma, and then year. Whatever the year is, 2020 for example, or 2019, you are going to write in full, and then it must be followed by this dot. And this is very compulsory. And let me make it clear that there are other standard formats for writing a letter and for writing the date, but we are going to practice this pattern